Yo, yo, yo.
What up? What up?
Welcome back.
It's them boys. -1. Frankie is off on a mission to solve the world's gas crisis.
Yeah.
He said, enough is enough. $4 is too high. I'm going. I'm going to go figure it out. And we were like, go. We were like, go with God, my brother.
Go with it. Find it.
One like equals one prayer for
So,
Frank.
Yeah, dude, it's been costing me a fortune to fucking go down the street.
Hopefully, he figures it all out by the time he gets back next week.
I'm about to buy a donkey and just start driving that motherfucker around.
Yeah, fucking. It's one horsepower.
Half a horse.
But
half a horsepower, bro. It's a fucking donkey.
It's a Budo power. So we have seen Batman at this point, but it just would not feel right discussing it when we're not at full strength. We need to have the whole gang here to give the epic analysis of the movie that was. But just know it was fucking mind-blowing for us.
Yeah, it was really good.
But
crazy.
So that being said, we're gonna talk, and we're also can't do the drunk stories yet because Frank needs to be here for that too. But so we're just kind of just gonna be waffling in this one, man. I got something.
Yeah, going with the flow.
I was thinking the other day, like, do you prefer? Because I was sitting there playing Elden Ring.
Awesome.
And I was thinking, awesome. Do you prefer like multiplayer games or a good like single player campaign story? Like it's like say like God of War, like there's no multiplayer in that game whatsoever, but the fucking story is just so dope that it doesn't need multiplayer. You know what I mean? So like, do you prefer multiplayer or single player games?
That's a good question. I would have to say multiplayer because whenever I'm playing video games, I'm typically playing with a friend. I don't really have time to be playing like a whole story on my own. But I feel like I have a better time playing with friends, like online.
Oh, well, you say you don't have time, but you like the time that you use for the multiplayer games, it's the same amount of time, just you're only playing.
I know, but when I play a single player game, I like to take my time and play it all the way through. But with the multiplayer game, I could hop into a quick round here and there. I don't have to spend like 4 hours to get my fill. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, and I think some of the best games are both multiplayer and solo campaign kind of really good. Well, like you want to even talk about like Elden Ring, that game's phenomenal. Like, but it also has multiplayer aspect. Like, I think that's really cool. Like in Mass Effect, I really love, the single aspect, but in the third Mass Effect, the multiplayer was my shit. Like I fucking played that shit crazy, was fun, bro. I played the co-op multiplayer in Mass Effect 3 like nobody's business. Like I could still jump on that shit and fucking go hard.
Yeah, I've been kind of wanting to replay Mass Effect recently, but like fucking it. Talk about who's got the time. Like that, but that's definitely a game that where like the single player far outshines the multiplayer. Like even though the third one multiplayer was good, that first one, or like the single player is what you go for to Mass Effect. Fucking what's a game that you think that the single player campaign was or the multiplayer is just as good as the story, like the story mode?
Mike, you want to go first?
That's a hard one. I don't know.
I'll give you mine. Fucking Modern Warfare, the first one. Like fucking,
Modern Warfare, yes.
Yeah, the first one. Fucking that shit, like the fucking, because Modern Warfare 2, the multiplayer was better than the story, I think. Yeah. But the first one, that story was so dope. Like I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the right one. Like that's one where you had the mission where you're in the ghillie suits and you were like crawling like fucking past the tanks and shit. Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah.
That fucking shit was dope as fuck. Like that was like one of the first games where I was like, this is like a fucking movie, man.
It was like in Chernobyl or something.
Yeah.
That was dope. Yeah, that was sick. Yeah, that game's really fun. I feel like that's one of the games that like a lot of people don't even play the story. Like now, like back in the day, you would play the story and be like, "Oh,
Well,
that's dope." But like now,
yeah.
like if I have a Call of Duty game, I'm not playing any of the story. Like
Yeah, I like
that's
the
just
story
me.
of
Like
those
I
games.
won't play any of the story. They can have the best fucking story ever, but I'm already jumping into multiplayer. You know, that's kind of what gives them their name. You know, really why it's one of like the best selling games is because the multiplayer is just that on point with shit.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like some Call of Duties like they don't even have a fucking story mode. It's just fucking.
Mhm.
It's only fucking multiplayer.
That's because Call of Duty is like the face of esports. So
Call of Duty and
one
like League of
thing-
Legends and shit.
One
Yeah.
thing I can't stand about games, though, I'll say this right away, is that always connect bullshit. That always connect. You got to be connected to some multiplayer server to even play the damn game. And
Yeah.
a game that I'm thinking of is Need for Speed. A recent one that just came out. It's like you always have to be
Heat?
connected. No, it's like it's literally just called Need for Speed, I think. We have it on our Xbox if you check it out, but it's dope. It's a really cool game, but you always have to be connected online. So sometimes, like say you're in a match and some shit happens or a server goes out, or you're in a race, you have to like literally load back up into a server. Like all that data is lost. It's like some big bullshit. Not a lot of games do that, and I think that's for a good reason. But when you do come across a game that's like that, it's just completely retarded.
yeah.
Well, fucking Destiny is like that, and fucking the Division. Those games are dope. But I can see how like a racing game that would be a hassle.
Yeah.
But actually, I think Horizon is like that too.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I haven't played the new one.
I just remember like doing a race and I was like, oh my God. And it just kept like kicking me out of races. And I was like, I'm done with this shit. Cause I guess you have to like the whole thing about it is like, oh, there's racers out and about. You could meet them just by driving and you could race them. They're just out in the fucking open. And, you know, it's like, that's cool in theory. Like while you're doing your story, you could still come across like racers. And it's like a realistic kind of racing world. But in theory, it's like when I'm trying to do like a solo mission or something, it's like, no. Like if I'm having, like, for example, like one of my favorite racing games, and this is not one of my favorite, this is actually my favorite racing game, is Need for Speed Most Wanted. The original Most Wanted. So good. Game was so phenomenal. And that's what I'm saying. It didn't need all that shit because it stood alone as a racing game. But with that newer one, I've played it. It's good, but with that always connect bullshit, it's like it kind of lost me with it because it will also affect like the latency in games, if that makes sense. So like while you're racing, the lobby will affect like the latency where there shouldn't be lag, and it's like, what the hell is going on? Because it's like, oh, there's 15 people trying to connect to this one fucking server while you're trying to have this story mode race. But that's the only time I've ever really experienced stuff like that. But don't do that.
Yeah,
Game developers do not do that. Always connect bullshit.
Yeah, fucking. I don't like the fuck. Like I said, like the only games I really come across that are like that are fucking Destiny and the Division. I liked it in those, but like that, I do like.
Oh, and it works. It's stable. It's not stable in this game I'm talking about.
Yeah. Let's see, like GTA 5. GTA 5 is.
I was about to say that one.
Where the story and the multiplayer are both equally dope.
Yeah.
I actually like GTA 5 story so much more than the multiplayer. Me personally.
I don't know, dude. I got deep into the multiplayer on GTA 5 for a while. You know.
Well, don't get me wrong. The multiplayer is really
I'm in a gang
evolved. And really evolved and really crazy. It's just, but it's like, it's just it's too much for me. Like now, like, yes, I could get back into it when it was all it was only cars and, you know, like mobs and gangs, but now it's like you got flying fucking jetpack fucking space mobiles. I'm like, just get out of here. It's just like a cash grab now. And I'm like, I just want cars. I don't want people fucking mowing me down with space tanks and shit. Like, get out of here with that shit.
That's valid.
That's where I think it's getting out of hand now. Like,
Yeah, but
year
like,
two,
fucking,
like the first 2
that
years of
shit-
it being out was fucking phenomenal. One of the best multiplayer games ever. Still, but like it's just clouded with a bunch of like cash grabs. Like, oh, buy this fucking multi-million-dollar tank. You could fly around and shoot people.
yeah, but like
in the
it's
dark.
quality shit. Like fucking, I could see if it was a cash grab and the shit was ass, but it's all quality shit.
It's
And
all
it's not really a
Hell
cash
no.
grab. Like, you don't have to pay for none of that shit.
No,
Like,
it
you
is a
could
cash grab because
Man.
they've literally nerfed all the fucking things that get you good money in that game. I remember when that shit first came out, I used to do this mission all over and over, and it would give you so good money. It would give you good money. It got my nice house, my nice cars. They nerfed that shit into the ground, so you only made like 2 cents for that shit. And they're like,
Well,
oh, now you gotta
I'm
go
sure there's other
buy
shit.
this shit. You
Well,
gotta go buy this
recently,
money or go
there's
do this
other
heist
ways
20
to get-
fucking million times.
Get that. There's some people that don't spend no money on it. I never spent money
Yeah,
on it.
I haven't spent a dime on the game, and recently they've been giving you free 1 million bucks every month.
Oh, I did not know that. But yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty
I
cool.
haven't
That's
spent
not-
money on that game either. But after
That's not enough to
called-
bring me back though.
Passive income, baby.
but I just know like when they're nerfing missions and the amount of money you get just from standard missions, that's a cash grab move.
They nerfed Lester.
It's
They
an
nerfed
obvious cash grab move when you're just like, oh, you can only go through these 3 avenues to get money in the game, and then you can also pay. It's like, no,
Fucking-
fuck out.
Paying is the fastest way, but you
Yeah.
can also do
Yeah,
these
you
other
can
few
do-
ways and get
but,
like,
like,
a
that's-
fraction.
Well, and it's not cheap. Like $1 million in that game's like $70 in real life.
Yeah,
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know how much. I'm not like I'm the type of dude, like, if I spend the $60 to get the fucking game, I'm not gonna then spend more money in the game, like fucking like buying shit up, like fucking that's dumb to me, like fucking like that's fucking whack.
I agree.
Well, and we were literally just I was just talking to Jacob about this, talking about Elden Ring. Like, he was talking about, you know, that exploit, and he's like, I know somebody who charges someone $100 for those
Yeah,
rooms.
dude, they were telling
I'm
me
like-
about that too.
I'm
I
like,
was
are
like,
you shitting me?
yeah, dude, I was like,
Like,
motherfuckers are
You gotta
paying
get
for
some.
this shit.
You gotta get some little kids. Like, you're getting little kids lunch money and
What?
shit. Because
Yeah,
I
like,
ain't
there's-
no way in hell I'm paying
I'm
for
not
something
gonna-
I can
I'm
get
not
for
gonna
free
say
or
what it
discover for
is.
myself.
I'm not gonna say what it is live on the pod, but there's something that they do that some people can do in this game, and like
It just ruined.
they
exploit
charge other people
actual
to
money
like do it, like real world money to like do it for them.
and it's something you
But
can
like
get knowledge of just from scouring the internet.
fucking, but
But don't get duped and shit like that. I was laughing so hard when he told me
Yeah.
that. I was like, really?
Yeah,
$100 for something I could fucking discover myself?
yeah,
And
fucking,
do-
but
It's highway
see, that's the
robbery.
thing. That's the thing. Some people don't want to
Look into it. They
like
don't
don't
they
want
just
to take the
be-
time to do that type of shit. Like fucking, like the only time I've ever spent extra money on a game was Forza Horizon. Was it 2? 4? 4. It's 4, right?
Mhm.
Because I was just so into that game. I was like, damn, I want all these cars, but like fuck, like I don't want to. It's gonna take me time.
Grinding.
So I was watching on YouTube, and this guy was talking about modded accounts for Forza Horizon 4, and I was
Oh,
like, oh
man.
shit, and like I was like, but that's just probably cost mad money and shit. And then like I looked on the website, and it was like $20, and you got all the cars in the game. You got every like decal in the game. Like you got like $1 billion like dollars in in-game currency and shit.
A
Like,
billion?
Yeah, and I was like, fucking hell, $20, I'll do that.
What about like those modded controllers and shit? You ever look into those? I've never had one, but those are pretty sick.
Oh,
Like-
scuff controllers?
Nah, I never.
I don't know what they are, but they look pretty dope. They have like different lights, but what's really dope, and I actually want to get me one of these mofos, is a modded original Xbox with all these classic games. It has all the original Xbox games. It has all like the Sega games. That shit is decked out. Like I'm like, what the fuck? And you can also play multiplayer with that shit. So like you can hook up 4 controllers into the Xbox and play like Mario Kart on the fucking 64. And I'm like, what the hell? I want one of those.
Yeah, that would be dope.
I'm getting one. It's happening. They actually have Vitas too. The Vitas that are all modded out. You can have all this crazy shit on.
Yeah, fucking back in the day, Dashy
nuts.
used to have a series of him, like, because he got one of those and he was playing like all the great games that are on it and shit. He used to do a series of it.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's dope. But yeah, I want to get one of those, and I also want to get one of those Vitas because those Vitas will have PlayStation 2 games on there. And I'm like, what the hell? Like full PlayStation 2 games.
I don't know if I'd like that because there's no R2. How are you gonna do a PlayStation 2 game without an R2? And
I looked it up. There's a thing you can get to add an R2.
Come on, see, now I'm buying an extra part. Fucking A.
But still, that's pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope.
Dude, speaking of fucking PlayStation,
in the future, you can have emulators and all the old games.
You think they're gonna fucking you think any other company besides Nintendo is gonna pop off with another portable system? Because like every time PlayStation does it, it fucking flops.
Well, you know what I think the new thing is, and this is actually going to happen.
The Steam Deck.
It's already happening. What?
The Steam Deck. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Call me
Computer handheld consoles, where you're able to
a phone
cloud. You're able to remote cloud to things.
You never heard of Steam Deck, Devin?
No.
You need to go Google that.
Where you cloud games from your Steam library.
Educate me.
But that's the future of handheld, I think, where it's, as we were just talking about, what's really interesting about handhelds, they even sell just handhelds that you upload emulators to. So they're like packed with like, let's say like Android. And then the only purpose is to make a portable emulator, for example. So you can have your PlayStation 2, you can have your Xbox, you can have all your favorite old games on this one handheld device.
And like, I guess
that's
kind of like Xbox is kind of like in the portable zone right now, just because like you can like play games
on your phone.
On your phone. And they sell that Backbone thing. I always see ads for it. I kind of want to get it. Like that you plug your phone into, and like it's like a controller for your phone. Like it looks dope as fuck.
Well, that's what I think the future is, for sure. That's where like the cloud, where you don't need a crazy powerful PC to play any game you want.
Yeah.
Like you don't need, you can have a phone that has literally 4 gigs of RAM on it and be able to play whatever. Halo.
Fucking
lag free.
Speaking of the cloud, dog.
That's the future.
Game Pass Ultimate, you can fucking cloud stream games off of that now. Like you don't have to install them to play the games that are on there now.
What?
They just put like you have to install some of them. Like I had to install Madden, but like they put like there's all kind of games on there that you don't even have to install. Like you just play them on the cloud.
Well, and you know what's interesting?
Like
now that we're on this topic,
they just put Guardians of the Galaxy on that bitch. I'm about to play that.
Well, I just read something recently about the Nintendo Switch, because that's a popular system for hacking. So you can get all the same shit I was talking about on your Switch. But some guy just went to prison for selling a modded kit for the Switch. Literally, he's like serving fucking 20 years for just modding people's shit and selling it.
Allegedly.
Nintendo
allegedly. No, he actually did it. Like he's guilty.
Dude, I remember I seen on Facebook.
Well, I guess he made like over $1 million or something. I don't know exactly, but he made a shitload of money.
Maybe it was this dude that I seen
selling modded shit
on Facebook. He was doing that too, but he was making the PS4 and the Xbox One like into one machine. Like he was putting both of the shits in there. It had 2 disc drives, and like you could play both style of games on there. Like,
and it had a PC too, right?
I'm not sure about that part, but it like he had like there's like a picture of it, and like on the top, like it said it was called the like Playbox. It was called like Playbox 1 or some shit. And I was like, damn, that's kind of fucking dope as hell. But I was like, there's no way like this guy's still like kicking around, because like
What about the
Microsoft and
X-Station?
Sony fucking probably took that shit down quick.
Well, and I think like,
as
well,
long as they're
and with
not selling it.
Nintendo's always been really like against the hacking community, against people
Yeah.
Like modding their shit.
like they've been fucking like really like with a tight fist, like holding on to their shit. So like
They don't even let you make fan games.
that's what I'm saying. That I think that's like if he would have been modding for any other system, he wouldn't have got prison time. But
Maybe
Nintendo was like, we gonna get this motherfucker.
The Nintendo
kill his whole
ninjas.
family.
You
Yeah.
playing 3 Switch games? You playing old Nintendo games? No, we got that shit. That's all our shit.
He's like, you're gonna need to switch up that attitude.
Oh,
You're
fuck.
trying to play GameCube? No, we got that shit.
He's like, you're gonna need to buy a brand new one.
Oh,
Have it
fuck.
on one console.
You've been playing a lot of GameCube in prison, boy.
Like, you go play the fucking Super Nintendo. That's all they got in there.
He's
And
like,
they don't
what
even
you
got it there. You're gonna have to wait till you get to the halfway house.
No, motherfucker.
Then
blow.
maybe they got us. Yeah, maybe they got fucking Street Fighter.
But yeah, that
Fucking-
shit's crazy, man. That shit,
Over
like,
here
just
trying to
hearing
play
stories like
Wii.
that blows my mind. Like, don't do that.
Don't do it.
You can't even go into general pop saying, yo, I was modding Nintendo Switches and that's why I'm here.
Then you feel, oh my gosh.
You're doing more time than the dude that just fucking murdered somebody.
Bro, they freaking hire Batman. You start modding your Nintendo Switch, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
Oh,
Yo,
God.
buddy.
I hacked 9 million Nintendo Switches, boy.
Dude, you're like, I wanted to play fucking Super Mario's 1 on my Nintendo Switch, and now I'm in here.
Now you gotta like smuggle.
Now I'm in
all
prison in
Nintendo
fucking
Switches.
Japan.
you got
Don't
the
nobody.
You gotta smuggle that Nintendo Switch in my cell, man. So now you're the
Fucking-
Nintendo Switch smuggler in prison.
And you gotta put it in your butt. Imagine that. Fucking.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna go get a Switch.
Imagine this. Going in your butt.
Well, you gotta remove the Joy-Cons first,
One at a time.
and then
Okay, you gotta take this part off. You gotta put that up.
Mm-hmm.
Then take this one off. Put that up.
yeah,
Then maybe this will fit.
The grand finale.
yep. And then you can't even the son of a bitch. You can't even hack it.
Yeah.
Because, yep, you only have
Fucking
you have
A.
like Windows
All right,
98 on the computers in there. And
I went
shit.
too far down the butt path. Fucking, I went too deep in the butt, you could say.
But yeah, that's a hell of a way to go out. A hell of a way to go
Fucking,
out.
yeah, it's a hell of a reason to go to prison, man.
Wow.
But
I just wanted to play
Talk
Smash
about
Brothers.
a cash grab. That's a cash grab of a century right there.
what do you think is what's your favorite like Nintendo IP? Like
Smash Bros.
okay. Over Pokemon?
Yeah.
I think I'm fucking with Pokemon the
No,
most.
Pokemon.
Like I think it's between Pokemon and Zelda for me.
Dude,
But
Pokemon-
but Pokemon is my shit.
Pokemon Color.
Even though I still ain't beat the last one that came out.
Pokemon Red version, bro. Are you
Yeah,
shitting me?
legendary.
I
just
put
came out with
so
a
much
completely open
time
world
into
Pokemon
those
game.
old Pokemon games, and this is how big of a fan I am still of Pokemon. I still have emulators and modded ROMs on my phone that I can play with now.
Emulators.
Emulators. So
That is not what you said.
You got emulators? You
Yeah,
got
you-
emulators?
emulators,
You
man.
said
But
emulators.
anyways, like Pokemon had
No
such
modding.
a basic system, but they did it so well. Like
Yeah,
the old school, like Skyview kind of Pokemon going through the grass and
It's simple,
epic.
like
Down, 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 something like that.
On
So
you know,
simple when you
talking
look
about
at
the
it.
modded community, like we were just talking about, modded ROMs of Pokemon go hard as hell. Like they're better than any Pokemon game that's ever been released. Like these dudes put time and effort into those fucking modded games.
Yeah,
I have one that's like light years above any Pokemon I've ever played.
And speaking of like, you know, it's
somebody just made it. A fan just created it. Some modder.
Who's your starter?
dope ass fucking Charmander, dog.
What about you, Mike?
Bulbasaur.
Oh my gosh,
you get cooked, Mike. I cook your ass with
Bulbasaur.
Charmander.
I'll put your ass
Squirtle,
to
bro.
sleep.
Squirtle game.
I ain't even
Like, you
using
might got
Bulbasaur.
me.
I ain't even using Venusaur late game because I only use it to put motherfuckers to sleep so I can catch them. That's a pro. That's a big brain move right there.
I just fucking murdered niggas.
On
Burn them.
the
We don't
thing
need no water. Let that motherfucker burn.
the only problem I had with the official Pokemon games is that they were too easy. That's another thing why I like the modded ROMs, because they'll make those motherfuckers hard, like competitive. Because I'm really big into like, and this is why I had to give up my 3DS. I used to have a 3DS, but I was consumed with competitive Pokemon. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, from waking up to going to sleep, all I did was battle people in fucking Japan and shit.
Damn.
And I was like, it was becoming a problem in my life. So I had to sell my
Jesus.
console. I had to sell my 3DS just to get this fucking
Damn.
shit out of my life. That's how
I was
much
in too deep.
Pokemon has been molded into my life.
Oh, fuck.
I can't like
Gotta
it's like I
catch
need to
'em
go to like
all.
Pokemon Anonymous. I can't even play competitive Pokemon no more. Or I'll just go down this fucking rabbit hole of fucking stat training my dude, and fucking all this bullshit you don't even want to have to deal with.
Your family's
Jeez.
like, Mike,
Well, you
stop.
should've
This isn't-"
That's crazy.
I'm
Fucking,
serious. That's some real shit.
I've never had that far of an addiction to a video game where I'm like, yo, I gotta sell my shit. Fucking.
That's the only one. That's so crazy because it's a multiplayer. It's the multiplayer dynamic, the competitive aspect. Like it was so dope because I don't know. It's like strategic. It's like a game of chess kind of, and it's just really interesting. So like I got consumed. I was like consumed in this shit and consumed in having a unique kind of Pokemon to just fucking dominate. And I made a bunch of really cool ones. I was really good at it too, but it's just like, what am I doing? Like, am I trying to be like the best fucking Pokemon duelist in the world? No. So I gotta stop.
Wanna be the
Like I gotta stop. Unless I'm trying to go real hard with this and like become like $1 million Pokemon competitive player. I don't even know how much they get played, but if that ain't it wasn't for me. So I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Sounds like it was for you. You just got scared.
No, I'm just like,
You got scared.
I got shit to do.
Bam.
I got shit to do. I mean, it's something you can, I guess, I don't know. If you know in the comments how much somebody gets paid to play competitive Pokemon for winning a tournament, let me know.
Grip, but you probably gotta
it's not
move to
worth it,
Japan.
man.
You probably gotta move to Japan for that type of shit.
You gotta,
like if you're really serious, like in the Pokemon game, you gotta move to Japan. I feel.
Well, and speaking of, America barely even makes it into like those tournaments.
Yeah, you gotta fucking go out there and play against the best.
My one of my best friends from high school, I'll tell you guys his name after the pod because I don't know if he wants me to talk about it. But he's actually number 11 in the world at Pokemon. Sword and Shield specifically.
Oh,
11. Yeah.
Well, then he knows exactly what I'm dealing with, bro, because that's kind of like where I was at. I wasn't at 11, but I was definitely up there and I was whooping ass and taking names. And then I was just like, dude, this is all I'm doing. Like, I didn't even have time for anything else.
I remember you and Jacob were like 1 and 2 in the world in Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
We were, dude. That game is still, I would whoop anyone's ass at the first Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse ever. We can get them hands.
I
And what's
thought
really
like I
cool
was
about
like,
that
oh, they
game-
probably just mean like in the country or like in the fucking
in the world.
like something like that. And then I looked at the list and it was like, no, in the world, like
Well, I
there's
still have screenshots
Jacob
too.
and Mike. One
I
and
still
two.
have screenshots to prove this. And what's funny is because we had it on 360 because we were broke and we couldn't get a Xbox One. So we got it on 360, right? We became number 1 and 2 in the world in that. And then we got it on Xbox One and we became number 1 and 2 in the world in that. And I actually in Xbox One, I won the last. It's still up there. If you go into the first Xenoverse, pop that shit in, go into the last tournament that they had, I'm at the top. You'll see the Mayhem. That's my gamer tag up at the top on Xbox One. And that's
Did you have to go
after,
to like?
this is all after I already did all that shit on Xbox 360. So when I came to the Xbox One world, I was like, oh, these motherfuckers.
They were like
no.
the Xbox One guys were like, oh, thank God. They're still stuck on 360.
No, dude,
And
we
then,
made
like,
a
they-
name
and then-
for ourselves quick.
And then, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they know your names from the Xbox 360 leaderboards, but they're like, we're safe. They can't get to us. And then you guys got Xbox Ones. And they're like, fuck.
Dude, and that's back, like, that's what I'm saying. That's back when I didn't have to do anything but play games. Like, so, like, I was able to do that. Like, I was able to dedicate my time to becoming the best at that game. And me and Jacob go back and forth with this, but I think I'm better than he is, and he thinks he's better than me. So it's like this whole fucking thing. But I think I'm like the best player in the world at that fucking game. So it's like when we went to the for the Xbox One, like literally people like we're making a buzz and we were starting to beat like the top ranked players. And in this game, everyone that was top rank, they would always a dashboard, which is, I don't know if you know what this is, but if you're losing, you'll shut off your Xbox or you'll just cancel out of the game so you don't lose points. So you keep your rank. And I would record. This is what's cool about the Xbox though. I would record everyone fucking disconnecting after me whooping their asses. And then I would upload it. And it was like public news after that. They're like, damn, this motherfucker made this dude rage quit, And we were just fucking tearing up the whole server. The whole fucking server. Like we were menaces. We were fucking
a force to be reckoned with.
Well, and what's interesting about that game is I still get messages to this day. That was like fucking 7 years ago. That was like 8 years ago. I don't even know how long. That was like 10, maybe 10 years ago.
Was it 10? Or maybe it was.
Dude, it was a long time ago.
It was like 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. This was like 8 years ago. And I still get messages from people because I'm on top of the leaderboard or on top of the last fucking tournament. I still get messages for people like wanting tips or wanting to fight or wanting to play. And like still to this day, I'm like, holy shit. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And I was really good. I was really good in the second one too, but I didn't go as hard as I did in the first one and the second one. But I could still whip your ass in the second one. Yeah.
He's like, I can still clap those cheeks.
Because the second one's still like popping, I think. They're having a bunch of DLCs and shit. And what's really cool about that game, why I think I was so invested into it, is because you create your own character. And then you pen it up against somebody else who's created their own character. With their own abilities, their own Kamehameha or whatever abilities they want. And
so it's like Jump Force?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I want to get into Jump Force.
So you have to grind to build your character up and like grind the stats perfect. Like I had to have it perfect. Like my stats had to be perfect. My height had to be perfect because it all correlated to speed, damage, and all this shit. So I ended up calculating all this shit, and then I would go take my customized character and just whoop everyone else's.
Quick maths.
Yeah, bro. But like, that's what I think compelled me to become one of the best at that game. Because I was just fucking, I loved it. That's still one of my favorite online games I've ever played in my whole life. Like competitive games.
I never really got into those games.
So
like it was just like
so
this. That's why I think I prefer single player games, because like with that, like I could take my time, like play it when I want. Like I don't have to like be on it constantly to like level up and like fucking like keep up with everybody else and shit. Like I just want to like go through like a dope ass story and fucking like smoke some weed while I'm playing it. Fucking just chill out.
Pause it.
Yeah, pause it. Hit pause for the cause. Hit the bong. Fucking go back to it. Like I'm chilling. Like fucking like the only game competitively that I really fucking like got into and cracked out on. Actually, there's two. There's probably two. There was For Honor and Destiny 2. Or Destiny 1 and 2, really. Like we cracked out on those fucking games for a while. Like
well, and For Honor, me and Jacob were actually top 10 in the world in For Honor when it first came out too.
Sweaty.
But we stopped playing. That's the thing. Like I can't play games like I used to. I used to be able to play fucking all day. And now I'm like, I play for an hour or two and I'm like, I gotta stop.
Yeah,
I got laundry to do. I got
dude. I remember like when back in like the days, like fucking like
I got a family
playing fucking just like waking up in the morning, like back when you're like fucking and you're like your kids still fucking wake up, start playing the game, play fucking all day to like you go to sleep at like 8 in the morning. But now I'm just like shit, dog. Like fucking, I've been playing this shit for like 2 hours. I need to fucking do something else.
Well, and the only game that does that for me currently, I still try to mediate it, but it is Elden Ring. That game's real fun. Like that's one of the best games I played in a while, and it's really fun. I really enjoy it. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not playing that game for the competitive aspect. I'm playing it just to play it. And I haven't played a game like that for that reason for a while, if that makes sense.
I'm gonna probably play that shit until like I'm probably gonna get a PS5 before I get an Xbox because I want to play Knights of the Old Republic right when that shit drops. So like when that game comes out and when like the fucking Hogwarts game comes out,
dude,
that's all I'm gonna be playing.
They have gameplay of that, and I haven't.
It just dropped today. I'm scared to watch it. No, I'm scared to watch it.
We might have to do a reaction to that or something.
Oh fuck, we could do that.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, watch out for the Hogwarts Legacy reaction now.
That would be crazy, man. Video game trailer reactions or gameplay reactions, that would be nuts.
Fucking
we'll reveal our Hogwarts houses as well.
But yeah, dude, For Honor, like that was a problem in my life too. Like when I did not sleep for the first 2 days that shit came out.
Dude,
like, I was running on 3 hours of sleep. I swear to God.
Dude, I fucking quit my fucking job at the time to play that game. I remember because like I remember like I was working this job and like I fucking didn't really like it anymore. And like I was like, getting ready to leave anyways. Like I had lined up another job, but I still had 2 weeks. I still had 2 weeks to stay at this job before I went to that new job. And fucking
what job was it?
The one that I left?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name the company, but it was a PVC pipe warehouse. But yeah, so I was getting ready to go to this new job, and then like fucking that game came out. I was like, "Fuck, this is dope as fuck." And like I wanted to call in the next day, but my boss wouldn't pick up my call because he knew he's calling to call in. So I got pissed. I went in, and like I was working and shit, and he just said something that pissed me off, and I was like, "You know what? Fuck you, I'm out." And I just left. I just left. I came home, started playing For Honor.
Dude, I remember that. I remember you joined the chat, and you're like, "Yeah, I just quit my job. Let's get it."
Oh my gosh!
I felt like because like I was like,
this was after it was already out. Like he was missing out. Like while he was going to work, I was just gaming.
Yeah,
going in.
You gotta remember, like because I was thinking like. I was like, fuck it, like I got 2 weeks, then I'll have another job, and then like I have money saved, so like I was just feeling like Billy Badass. I was like, this motherfucker says one thing to me, I'm out. And then he said something. I was like, all right, fuck you, I'm out of here. Left.
Fuck this shit.
But I remember when that beta came out, because the beta came out and dropped, and that shit had me hooked, and I was like, I can't wait for this game. I was waiting for the clock for the official game to release, and I was like, I'm going hard in this fucking game.
I remember we were playing that shit, like we were playing the beta, and like we had like each had picked a character, and we were like, you know, this is gonna be our main. But then like right as soon as we were like, all right, let's practice some of the other characters, right as soon as we went to go do that, it like boom, shut down. It was like beta has ended. I was like, oh fuck.
Well, and it's funny because I feel like some of those, you know, like how they nerf games and nerf things and nerf abilities with especially multiplayer shit like that.
Yeah.
I know for a fact me and Jacob are the cause for some nerfs in that game, and especially nerfs in Xenoverse. They nerfed the shit out of everything we used, and we still were able to fucking hold the top spots and develop and change our technique. Oh man, like we fucking nerfed that game into the ground. All those abilities.
And see, if you
were
had
the reason
started,
for it.
if you had started YouTube back then, you'd probably be popping right now.
Focus.
No, dude.
adapt, overcome.
Actually, if you had started YouTube
When it
way
first
back
came out.
in the fucking Hitman motherfuckers and Lil Chin,
Hitman,
like there's
motherfucker.
these fucking characters that Mike had back in
And
the
these
day
are
that
lost
just
footages.
were
I can't even
legendary.
find these things.
and
But I
like
used to have
it's-
this crappy camera that I would use, and I would place it like, this is before like you could just screen record shit. So I had to
Yeah.
like place it in front of my TV, put the like the picture in the frame perfectly, and then play and do voiceovers with this crappy camera, like
that's
streaming
that shit
the
was so
game.
good.
It was good.
that
though.
was, like,
it was
before-
funny as hell.
That was before YouTube was really popping. Like
That was when it first came out.
like like it was like right in the beginning days. Like,
that was
fucking, like,
MySpace times.
Yeah, that was MySpace days. Like right, like it was crazy.
Our space.
But like yeah, I'll never forget that shit. Like that shit made me laugh so hard the first time I saw those videos. It was too much.
Yeah, Little Chin. I
Hitman,
thought about
motherfucker.
doing that
Yeah.
on TikTok. Do like Little Chin.
Fucking
legit.
don't give the idea out. You gotta edit that part out.
Oh, they can take it. I fucking have a million ideas.
It's like I bet like there's gotta be people doing that already on TikTok.
That's
Doing
what
a
I'm
fucking
saying.
remake.
It's incredible. You know how hard I've had to try to not become super rich by now? Like with the Pokemon cards, giving up
Oh,
my
you've-
Charizard,
You
fucking
fucked
all
up.
this shit.
Yeah.
All these
Dude, I think
classic
about all the
videos
time.
that
I
put
remember,
out.
you know, one of my biggest like
Too easy. I'm playing.
I'm gonna say,
I'm
like,
playing life on
it's
hard
not
mode.
it's not really a regret because like fucking like if it was gonna happen, it was gonna happen. But
For real.
I remember back
love
in the
my
day,
You
I
remember?
remember I still you remember
Remember?
You remember?
fucking I remember when Litecoin first came out and like I heard about it, like one of my homies told me about it and he was like, yo, you should get into this shit. Like I'm gonna like you put it in like $10 right now, you get like 100,000 because like it had just come out. And I was like, yeah, like what are the odds? And then nowadays it's like fucking like $300 a piece. Like if I had put like $100 in that shit, like back when it first came out, like 2015, 16, whenever the fuck it was, loaded right now. Like
Or even
fucking
Ethereum. Well, and
any of them.
And I like that's the thing, bro. Like you need to get into crypto more because there's new coins coming out all the time that are more sufficient and better than Bitcoin that are going to surpass Bitcoin in 10 years. So in 10 years, Bitcoin's not even going to be the top marketing crypto. So it's going to be some new crypto that's just getting out right now
I'm
or
about
is
to
just
sell my
launching.
Doge.
And once you start getting into it, Doja's not going anywhere, bro. That's going straight into the ground. That's what I keep telling you.
And
That.
I already did, dude. I should have
Gonna
sold
keep
when
going.
it was at 72 cents at a time. I was up like $2,000.
Well, and I
and,
know
like,
what I'm
I was
talking
like-
about.
I was like, it's gonna keep going up. I was like, to the moon, baby. Fucking like they got me. And
I'll
like
see you in Sweden.
and fast forward to today, now it's worth $425.
Yeah, well, and I even told you to pull that shit out when you had like $1,800.
Fucking
I was like, dude,
Um,
pull that shit out, put it into Bitcoin because Bitcoin's on the up, and you're like, nah. And now you could even put that in something in Ethereum. Ethereum is more
Fucking,
stable than
like at this point, I've still made money. Like I'm still up $225, but that's not nearly as much as $2,000.
Mhm. Well, and like with crypto, dude, I know what I'm talking about. The only thing that's stopping me from becoming like a crypto millionaire is not having $1,000 to invest into crypto, because I know exactly where I would put that $1,000 to make me triple, quadruple, 30 times my money, guaranteed. So if you need crypto advice, just holler at your boy. I know what I'm
No,
talking
this
about.
is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice, but I'll
We
show
are
you the
not
right
financial
path.
Yeah, we are not financial advisors.
Say it with us, Mike.
I'm not a
We are-
financial advisor.
Thank you.
There you go.
Be
Thank
safe
you.
with your money. No, and I
We
will
are
say
not
this.
financial
I tell this
advisors.
to
We're
everyone
gonna flash it
who
across the
gets
screen
in.
right now. We are not financial advisors.
For everyone who wants to invest into anything, only invest what you can afford to lose.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And that
Because if you do
that
not
is a,
know
that
what
is
you're
a true
doing,
fact that it,
even
that is
even
a
with
true
this,
fact that is not financial advice.
and even with like all this
Yes.
NFT shit, if you do not know what the fuck you're doing, stay the hell out of the waters, because you will lose every fucking cent you have. It's a lot like gambling if you don't know what you're doing. But if you know what you're doing, you can
Speaking of
those
gambling, I
bullseyes.
want to go to Blackhawk.
hit those bullseyes
Yeah.
every time. But it's a lot
What'd
better
you
than
say?
gambling because you can make
You know what I
investments
said?
that are guaranteed. But yeah,
I want to go to the mountains, go to the casino. Fucking
But which one?
what games do you like to play the best? Like if
fucking
you
roulette,
had,
dog.
for
Roulette.
example, say you have
Roulette.
$1,000. Okay. So
Roulette.
you're going to the
Go
roulette
fish.
table to blow
Oh
1,000?
yeah. Oh yeah, dude. One time,
Dude, one time.
me and my
Wanna
homie went
hear.
up there. Fucking like I have success stories up there, and I have fucking failure stories. One of my failure stories is, and we can end on this because it's been about an hour.
I got one too though. And then
All right, fucking we went up there and like we played all day because we've consistently like we weren't winning big, but we were like not losing. Like we were like maintaining pretty much. Like we would lose some and then we'd gain it right back the whole day. So like we were pretty much breaking even the whole day. Like we were like a little up. And like the whole day, we were there for like 6 hours.
who were you there with?
The homie.
Okay.
Well, the homie.
Yeah, I know. I know who you're talking
Fucking
about. That one.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Fucking
No, man.
I want the whole
and,
name first, middle, last.
anyways, we fucking every spin that day we would put like 2 or 3 down on fucking 23. Not a single time did 23 hit. Not once. We step away one time, like after 6 hours of playing, to go smoke a cigarette, come back, 23 had hit twice while we were gone. So at that point, we just left. We were like,
That's
we're outta
bad
here.
luck.
dude, I was so pissed. Like, I was like, because like, it's not like we had lost money, but the simple fact that like we had been betting on 23 all day and it didn't come up a single time. And then we left. And when we came back, we saw that it hit twice. I was
It was a
heated.
sign.
Yeah, we left. I was like, I'm going home, bro.
Yeah, I need
we
a
go.
gamble with better odds than that. So my game is poker.
I
Catch me at
fuck
the
with some
poker
poker
table.
too, but-
I will fuck some poker players up.
But roulette gives me a rush, man. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Poker gives me a rush, bro. Texas Hold'em on that river card, you're like, oh. I
Yeah,
just-
fuck
You know
yeah.
how many times I've won on the fucking river? I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
I remember we used to play poker over here, man. Fucking that shit
Oh,
was
yeah.
fun. Like we need to get a poker night going again.
That would be dope. I would be down.
Like fucking we
Poker's
need to
my
get, like,
shit.
Frank don't know how to play poker though.
It's easy.
Fucking
It's easy.
Teach him.
you
not
don't know how to
real
play
sad.
Texas
Hard to
Hold'em.
play.
I just learned how to play dominoes the other day. That shit's fun.
Dominoes is cool. That's a game that
Oh, I
will,
remember that.
That shit was fun.
Covered in meat eater shit.
Fucking tennis shoes. Fucking,
Jordy, you shithead.
yeah, fucking, no, you dumb shit.
But yeah, if I had
You
$1,000
dumb
in like in Vegas, that's where I'd be going. Straight to
covered
the
in
poker
You
table.
went to Vegas and you lost hella money.
Well, we didn't go to the poker tables. We went to the damn
No,
fucking
you
coin
went.
slots.
I went to sleep.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember you were
Oh,
like,
yeah, I did.
You
I
were like,
did
let's-
lose. I
you were
ended
like,
up
let's-
winning at this Ghostbusters fucking slot machine. It was fucking fun. But then I ended up losing because I just kept playing.
I remember
What
we
in
got back to
Reno-
the room at like 6 a.m. and like I was satisfied. I was like, I'm going to bed. And you're like, no, let's go down and gamble. I was like, nah, I'm going to bed. And you're like, well, I'm gonna go gamble. And then like you left. I remember you came back like 30 minutes later. You're like, just lost like $200. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Stuck.
Yep,
That
it
was
happens.
time.
But
Yeah.
in Reno, I
I'll get you.
actually turned $5 into $250.
Good man.
And fucking, this is when I was living with Ricky and we were chilling, working in Reno together. But he was like, he thought I was doing like wizardry.
I don't think you can do it if you
Witchcraft.
can't say it.
Wizardry.
Wizardry.
Wizardy.
Like he was looking at me like I just discovered fire or some shit. He's like, "What? Let's do this." It's like we hacked reality in that moment. Cause I just kept winning, bro. Like I just kept putting money in shit and winning. And he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "Okay, now." I was like, "Here's the plan. After I win. This is what I would do. I'd win in one machine. I'd pull my money out of that and go to a completely other machine. I'd put my money in that and I would win. And I just kept
oh my gosh.
dude, I just kept winning on all these, and they were poker games, but they were like computerized ones. And I just kept winning.
Good man.
And he's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, I fucking remember the first time I went to play blackjack at the fucking casino. Like, I had never played that game at the casino before, and like I didn't know the etiquette.
Mhm.
But apparently, when the dealer deals you a 20, like a fucking blackjack, deals you a 21, you're supposed to say thank you, and like maybe tip him a little bit. But like I didn't know that, so like, and I got hella 21s. Like the lady gave, like I had like 4 of them. And like I didn't say shit. I was just like, yes.
He's like,
and like then she was like, she finally said, I'm sure giving out a lot of blackjacks and not getting no thanks. And like I was like I looked at her, I was like, lady, you're not giving me those on purpose.
like,
Like,
bitch,
fucking, like,
what?
I was like, you're not controlling that shit. Like fucking, I was like, yeah, well, my bad. Like that's it.
You're like, cool.
And
Hit
then
me,
you
please.
never won again.
Fucking like but it was wild. Like I was like, bitch, you're not giving this to me on purpose. Like, why should I thank you? This is luck. This is luck.
Lady luck.
Well, and it's like, oh yeah, you got to be careful with like in Vegas with shit like that, because it's like, there's like a certain gamble code for shit. Like even at the poker table, like there's certain
Especially
shit you
at the
don't
poker
do,
table.
or you gonna get knocked out. Like there's just certain shit you do not do at like at a poker table that, well, like that we could do like at poker night and it would be no big deal. You do that same shit at the poker table, you're getting fucked up.
Fucking yeah, that's why I'm just like,
Hard
let's just
fights.
play with the homies, because like I don't give a fuck. Like
And
That's
you're
what I'm
not
saying,
a,
man.
I'm not about to like, I don't care about poker enough to be like getting angry over it.
And
Like,
then
I get
again-
angry, but I'm not like fucking like, let's murder this motherfucker.
And then again, I'll
Over
say it one more time.
$400.
kill
Only
him.
Invest or gamble what you can afford to lose.
I learned that the hard way.
Or
but if
otherwise, you are
everybody had
fucking
that-
yourself. Be mad at
Yeah,
yourself.
fucking-
Don't be
but
mad at me.
that's the American way, though, man. Gamble, 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 and then panic and make it up later. Hopefully.
Win. Same reason why most people buy lotto tickets every week, because they get
I had a-
that shit.
I had an uncle, actually bought a lotto ticket every day. He's homeless now.
Mhm. Well, yeah, that story should inspire you. That was empowering, actually.
It actually didn't have anything to do with the lotto. He's just super into crack.
Yeah, that's where I would have been if I would have stayed in competitive Pokemon.
Name that TV show.
No, I don't know.
It's not for you. It's for the audience.
Oh.
But yeah. So talked about a lot of bullshit tonight, just waffling.
Well, I got
Fucking,
one last thing. One last thing. Now that we're
Nah.
talking about it,
Cut it. It's like
my My mom actually knows somebody who went to Vegas for like a bowling tournament and they won like $23 million
What?
on the way to their hotel. They didn't even deliver their bags yet.
Yeah, they're like,
She
fuck
still
this
knows it.
bowling tournament.
She still knows
money.
these people. Like, but they're on their way to the hotel and he's like, he not even checked in. And then he put money into a slot machine and won the jackpot.
Good man. He walks in, wins the
That's the
jackpot.
craziest story I've
Well,
ever heard.
he's-
If
He
you have
probably,
some
yeah,
crazy
he probably
poker
was like,
story-
yo, fuck this bowling tournament, dog. We're going to Fiji.
dude, I would be thanking that bowling tournament. I'd be like, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here.
I'd be wilding in that
Maintenance.
bowling tournament. I'd be bowling like backwards and shit. Like, fuck it. I'm a millionaire, bitch.
Kobe.
Oh, I would be missing it for sure. I'd be missing that tournament, but I'd be like, something came up. See the way my bank account set up.
Yeah, fucking.
But
But
yeah. Then it's been a
those
good
are-
one,
let
y'all.
us know your gambling stories in the comments.
Are any of your addictions that
Yeah.
don't really serve your health?
Yeah, fucking.
Because I've had many.
Yeah, depress yourself in the comments. So fucking that's it from us. We're Culturology. It's been your boy Contra Lad. I'm in the universe.
Yeah, Mystic Mike, you know where I'm at. I'm chilling with Doctor Strange.
It's your boy Webhead. I'm chilling over at the friendly neighborhood.
Yeah,
He's in his bedroom.
I'm in Culturology.
Yeah.
You know,
and,
Frank's solving the gas crisis. So when
Oh.
prices go down, thank him.
Yep.
he just
and
couldn't stand for it
Thank-
anymore.
Yeah. And we
But,
out.
peace.